Is it just me, or is that every single time whenever we load up or specifically continue throughout the game is the fact that the main menu music is got a bit out of sync due to the emulation and stuff like that? But that's as far as you were able to go for this point, I'm afraid. So, but hopefully it'll be fixed by then. So, hey, what's up everybody? It is I am the one and only Maxi here, and I am back for some more yet again from the likes of the Maxi Toys videos once again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Mario Kart Arcade GP2 from the arcade machines, or running on a Wii emulation from the Homebrew channel, as I like to able to play it from that. So, yeah, last time we basically managed to able to accomplish the forms of the DK Cup. Well, usually I did manage to select Miss Pac-Man on that particular cup, despite I was originally trying to able to play as Donkey Kong on that particular cup itself. But I didn't get a chance to do that. So today, for this episode, is the fact that we'll move on to the next cup in the game, which is the Wario Cup. And for this character choice this time around, I'm going to be going for Blinky, which, obviously, since that we've already selected Miss Pac-Man, so we figure we might as well able to let Blinky start to shine, and then whenever we get on to the next cup until tomorrow, which is of course the Pac-Man Cup, I will able to definitely try to select Pac-Man himself. So either way though, yeah, let's begin the forms of the Wario Cup, and to begin with on that particular cup, that is the fact that we're heading back on to Diamond City again, but this time around though with the forms of, well, pretty obvious that Waluigi and Momenchi now finally get a chance to experience that particular courses themselves. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get this thing to it. So, yeah, there's not much else to say for this point right here, so... In fact, with the actual Diamond City, that basically is the fact that that was exactly the same name as the new forms of the actual main staple for the sake of the WarioWare games, that it does manage to take place in the actual city. Whilst in here though, it does have the same name, except the fact that, wow, the actual environment is a lot different than the forms of how it does it on the WarioWare counterparts of the forms of the actual Diamond City, as a matter of fact. So... But yeah, that's as far as I can say about this for the most part. So yeah, today's day is of course the 11th of December today, in this case in 2021 today, and only 2 weeks to go now until specifically Christmas is getting to its approach. So even then though, I'm very excited to see how that's going to turn out, especially noticeable about the fact that, well, despite the fact that we actually stumbled across some negative events recently about the fact that, well, I'm probably not going to discuss on it right now because, well, I just aren't able to actually say that specific word over and over and over again ever since in about a year ago. Well, to be more specifically, if that seems to be the case. So, anyway, and also is the fact that I managed to download it myself. Well, I was expecting to try to download the next game I was hoping to try to do a Let's Play of in the future, and that's what appears to be by the forms of Paper Mario 3D Land. I definitely heard about the game before, that it's like a combination of Paper Mario with all the enemies and Mario himself, but also that's the 3D Land style of gameplay similar to Super Mario 3D Land, but with the forms of paper aesthetics and all that stuff. I definitely heard of the game before, but unfortunately though, I didn't get a chance to able to play it completely on my own time, mainly due to the fact that, well, relatively speaking, it's just the fact that I've seemed able to missing some of these chord chips or something like that, or maybe some of these programs I haven't exactly gone around to. So unfortunately though, I can't seem to able to do Paper Mario 3D Land, so it's kind of a shame honestly, although I definitely heard about the fact that there might be a few complaints about, well, the lack of depth, specifically with the forms of, it's kind of hard to judge the distance sometimes when it comes to likely for difficult platforming here and there, so yeah, I'm also able to consider able to mention that, so... So anyway, we got ourselves Street Ace, so yeah, I think I might as well save that on here. So despite the fact that we'll eventually able to replace that into a different rank eventually, so... And I think that pretty much leads us to 680 Mario coins, and we got ourselves the Monster's Hand, well, specifically for Blinky here. So I'm pretty sure that particular item is basically, it's like the equivalent to the Thunder Stick, as well as the Hammer item, as well as the forms of the Giant Pencil for Momenchi and stuff like that. So, anyway, so let's move on to the next course, which is Snow Panic. So, obviously, that's going to be the exactly same course as in, well, let's just say it's kind of the equivalent to Diamond City course, except the fact that we are driving through the icy, snowy area. So, yeah, that's as far as I can say about it. Until eventually, whenever we get on to round 3 and 4, that those two courses are going to be nighttime. So, I think that's the only differences between, well, those courses combined. So, that's as we expected. So, and also another thing I want to mention about something, and that is the fact that, well, the only reason why there's also another reason why I cannot do the actual Let's Play of the forms of Mario Kart Arcade GP DX, which is the most recent release of the forms of Arcade Cabinets or something. Mind you, because of how, in fact, it has been a really long time since I actually did manage to play the game, mind you, on the forms of the Arcade Cabinet. Well, the thing is the fact that once you finish the race, there's no award ceremony after every time if you finish the race, or specifically, if you manage to able to get the cup and stuff like that, whilst unlike, the first game and the second game, they do give yourselves your award ceremony to able to congratulate yourselves for able to actually just to, like, obtain the cup and stuff like that, if you managed able to win the cup completely. Whilst in DX, and especially noticeable with VR, which is the virtual reality game, unfortunately though, there's no award ceremony system, so as a result though, I do really miss those days. Especially noticeable about the fact that in Arcade GP DX has no challenge games, which is kind of unfortunate, unlike in the first game and the second game, because it does have some different objectives or different, well, variety when it comes to objectives wise, but maybe I'm usually be biased when it comes to likely preferring old school ones compared to the forms of the modern ones. So, you know, kind of like the equivalent to the forms of, well, if you prefer the classic Mario Party days of old, from the likes of the N64 all the way up to Mario Party DS, well, more power to you. Because, although, at least if you want to count Mario Party Superstars, because that game is received very well, and especially noticeable with the reviews, is actually really dang good. Especially noticeable about the fact that I think between Super Mario Party and Mario Party Superstars, it's been slightly good. Well, at least really damn good. So, despite in Super Mario Party, the only criticism I have with it is the fact that the board is really small. So because of that, it doesn't feel, I don't know, it doesn't feel look right. So when it comes to board variety, so. Anyway, and because usually with the modern Mario Party games gets a bit downhill with Mario Party 9 all the way up to the top 100, that basically just doesn't feel like quite the same, so. Anyway, so as you can see, I'm holding right here is the firecrackers, which basically just allows you to able to stun these opponents behind you, so there's nothing different from there compared to the first game, of course, so. So yeah, we won again, so nicely done for this point right there, and we were able to get ourselves a bit of a smoke item, so, oh, I got the snow race, so I'll save that. And of course we'll get even more Mario coins, assuming if we're able to actually unlock something, so, oh, good, I got perfect, so, and now pretty much leads me up to 720, so because of that though, and we got ourselves, Ghost Morph. And that'll be exclusive to Blinky, because obviously Blinky's a ghost after all, so yeah, I think I'm also able to use that item until whenever we get into round 4 of this particular cup itself. So yeah, let's just head back over to Diamond City again, and this time is obviously going to takes place in nighttime, so yeah, you get the idea about that, until eventually in well, it's pretty obvious until in the Pac-Man Cup that it doesn't have that much significant differences in Pac-Man Cup until in round 3 and 4, although I'll talk more about that until tomorrow anyway, so. Alright. Here we go. Nicely done there. So, and of course, like the forms of the original Mario Kart Arcade GP, that is the fact that if you ever played this game on the Japanese version, that some of these character voices ranging from, well, the majority is going to be most likely the Pac-Man characters, ranging from Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, and Blinky. they are obviously going to be voiced as Japanese people and stuff like that. Whilst compared to the English version, that basically is being voiced by English voiceovers. So, yeah, it seems totally obvious, but there's significant differences between them. So, and also the same applies to the actual the special broadcaster announcer as well. Like, if you ever played a Japanese version of the game, then basically it gets like a Japanese announcer. And if you play the game on the English version, then obviously you will hear everything English for, not only for the Pac-Man character crews, well, usually Pac-Man characters crew, but also the announcer as well. So because of that, though, that also applies for Mario Kart Arcade GP DX, despite the fact that, well, it's still as unfortunate about the fact that we didn't get that much Pac-Man characters here and there for the likes of Mario Kart Arcade GP DX, mainly due to the fact that because of the limitations of the forms of there's no Miss Pac-Man to be found from the likes of Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures TV series and stuff like that. I think that's why it gets the actual limitations from there. So, but I'm still able to actually prefer the old classic, well, the classic Pac-Man's design, because obviously it's more recognizable and stuff like that. So there's no need for the likes of, well, there's very awkward design. Whilst, usually, relatively speaking, I haven't exactly watched Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures for a very, very long time. Especially noticeable about the fact that, well, I just simply give up on it. Especially noticeable, say, applies to Mega Man Fully Charged from the likes of the actual TV series as well. That's mainly because I'm more into the forms of the classic Mega Man classic style, which I think there was also a TV series all about Mega Man as well, which also has the classic design to it, despite the fact that the face is a bit... It might feel a bit weird at first glance, but still, I might be biased when it comes to that. Oh, it was literally 2 Mario coins left to able to unlock something. But hopefully, once we complete that particular cup though, then we should able to actually get more rewards. So, anyways, let's head back over to Snow Panic, but this time it's going to be nighttime if I'm assuming. And I think we should probably go for Ghost Morph here, so that way we'll equip that item. And what else is there? Oh yeah, this particular monster's hand here, and I would classify if able to also select I would like to able to go for that particular Jack-in-a-Box item, but I think we technically already see that since in Waluigi Cup or something like that. So I think no matter what though, let's go for Pie for this one. So yeah, it just makes it a little bit obvious. And my phone keeps on going off, so I'm guessing it's more accurately that someone just messaged me. So oh well, no big deal, but I do apologize for that particular sound effect, so that should be alright for my part. So anyways, let's begin with the forms of Snow Panic. For sadly that will be the final time we're going to be able to experience in those courses, because until, again, like I said earlier, with Mario Kart Arcade GP DX now rolls around for everywhere else around the world, this means they're able to get replaced by different courses with different cups in between. Like, for instance, we've got the Toad Cup, which we have Peach's Castle and Kingdom Way, and that's pretty much about it. And we still have the Mario Cup, but the actual course track layout is exactly different this time, ranging from Splash Circuit along with Tropical Coast, which, yeah, gonna think about it. I think that particular name of Tropical Coast is actually more accurately exactly the same track's name as the forms of in one of those zones from Sonic Lost World, because, well, as far as I can usually tell, that between both Sonic Lost World and Mario Kart Arcade GP DX both came out during the forms of 2013, at least in Japan. So, and also we have Donchen Cup, which actually contains Barn Dance Street and Omashui Circuit. I do apologize for that mispronunciation with that Japanese language, so forgive me about that part. And Also, we have Bowser Jr. Cup, which actually contains, I would say, Ernal. Oh no, that's not the actual right spelling. It was, Aerial Road and, Sky Arena. And I think that's about it for that. And we still got the Bowser Cup, but with a different, tracks and stuff like that, like, Bowser's, factory. And we still have Bowser's Castle, of course, but the actual track layout is different, so at least we got that. And even in later updates, that we still got Pac-Man Cup, as well as the Donkey Kong Cup, although no longer calls it DK Cup, so yeah, for Pac-Man Cup, I believe that we got ourselves about Pac-Man Stadium, which is a bit different than the forms of how it does it on the first game and the second game, because we're no longer on the forms of Pac Village, ever since in Pac-Man World 2, so as a result though we got Pac-Man Stadium and Namco Circuit, so that's that. And finally for the Donkey Kong Cup we have Banana Labyrinth and DK Jungle. At least technically that DK Jungle still exists, but in the forms of in a different track layout, so no longer going to be like an oval shape layout. Well, we did manage able to have that layout somewhere during the course of, well, let's just say in the forms of one of those tracks like I mentioned earlier, which is Bond Dance Street. So, and somewhat also applies to Splash Circuit here and there, but I don't know, it has been a long time since I actually known about Arcade GP DX and stuff like that, so there we go, we've accomplished the Wario Cup, and before we end this off, we need to do a challenge game, which is Backward Race. Reach the goal driving backwards, get Mario Coin by time record. So, yeah, much like the first game, we got able to, like, reverse while simply able to do this challenge. And every once in a while, there you have to avoid these banana peels along the way, so that way you don't get slipped too many times. So, at least I'm assuming so anyway, so anyways, let's just be very careful not to, although you can able to hook onto the left wall if you wanted to, but I was lucky enough to able to actually make it for that part no problem, so there we go. So we're able to get ourselves 15 more of those Mario coins, so hopefully we're able to get even more unlockables there, so hopefully we should be able to actually get something out of it, so. And I think that we've almost to the point where, actually gotta think about it, there's one thing I sort of mentioned about this, or I forgot to mention about, that in the actual challenge game, as we've already done, the actual reverse race challenge, the actual time limit is now increased, like it's now 30 seconds as opposed to 20 seconds in the first game, so at least that's a bit different at least, so yeah, I think suffice to say, I think we're ending off here, so join me next time for more of Let's Play of Mario Kart Arcade GP2. That is the fact that we'll move on to the next cup, which is the Pac-Man Cup. So I'll see you guys until tomorrow. Later, fellas.